So good day, this is P6 for Engineers and this is Midterm Review Part 2. So today we will discuss yung mga topics na work, energy, and power. So along with impulse and rotation. So sinabi ko nung discussion yung definition ng work, yung kanyang fundamental definition is kailangan niya ng force and a particular displacement. So example, meron tayong box dyan, tapos nag-apply ka ng force and gumalaw yung ating object pumunta dito papuntang kanan ng, sabihin natin 3 meters yung kanyang movement. Yung kanyang displacement is 3 meters. And yung force mo is 5 newtons. So, first of all, bago kayo mag-solve, maglagay muna kayo ng Cartesian plane once again sa ating initial position. So, yung ating force papuntang kanan, so therefore positive. Then, yung ating displacement papuntang kanan, positive. So, based sa formula, both are positive. So, we have the work is equal to 15 Newton meter or simply 15 joules. Okay? So, nagkakaroon lang ng work kapag gumagalaw, kapag meron tayong force and gumagalaw yung ating object. Or nagkakaroon siya ng displacement. So, paano ba kapag hindi siya gumalaw? For example, meron tayong crater once again. Nag-apply tayo ng 10 newtons. However, hindi gumalaw yung ating crater. So, delta x is equal to 0. So, we have 5 newton multiplied by 0 is equal to 0 work. So, paano naman kung instead na gumalaw yung object papuntang kanan is gumalaw yung ating object papuntang vertically. Okay? So, for example, yung crater natin, then, meron tayong force na in-apply, 10 newtons, but gumalaw yung ating crater pataas. No? So, gumalaw siya pataas. So, sabihin natin delta y is equal to 5 meters. So, what is the work done? So, the work done is equal to 0 because yung ating force is horizontal, yung ating displacement is vertical. So, tandaan, in order for work to be done, the force must be in line with the same axis sa ating displacement. And ang titingnan nyo pag nagsosolve is yung ating direction ng ating force or yung kanyang axis which is horizontal. So 10 Newton horizontally. Then yung dapat na displacement nyong imumultiply sa ating force is dapat horizontal din. So meron ba tayong horizontal displacement? So wala. So therefore that is 0. And our work is equal to 0. So keep in mind, kahit gumalaw yung ating object, kahit meron siyang displacement, pero hindi naman inline sa ating force, so wala tayong work. Okay? So may tanong, sir, nagkakaroon ba ng negative work? So yes. So for example, meron naman tayong crater dito, tapos gumalaw siya papunta dito. Okay? However, yung work done mo sa ating initial position, so ito yung initial natin, yung work done mo is papunta dito, sabihin natin 10 newtons, tapos nagkaroon ng displacement horizontally na 3 meters. So, tingnan muna natin. Yung work is horizontal. Check. So, dapat yung kanyang displacement din is horizontal. Check. However, based sa ating Cartesian plane, yung ating displacement is papuntang kaliwa. So, therefore, yung ating displacement is dapat negative yan. Okay? So, negative 3 meters. So, lagay natin dito. And your work done is equal to negative 30 Newton meter or simply joules. Okay? So, paano sir pag ganito? So, meron tayong crater once again. Then, yung force applied natin instead of horizontal is pag ganito. So, sabihin natin 30 degrees yung angle. And yung ating resultant force na in-apply is 10 newtons. Then, tingnan nyo yung displacement, paano siya gumalaw. So, sabihin natin gumalaw siya pag ganito, horizontally. So, since gumalaw siya na horizontal, that is delta x, sabihin natin equal to 5 meters. So, paano nyo ito isosolve? So, ang gawin nyo guys, mag-focus lang kayo sa horizontal. So, meron tayong work is equal to, yung formula ng work is force times delta x. And now, since meron tayong horizontal displacement, kailangan natin kunin yung horizontal force nito. Or simply, kailangan natin kunin yung horizontal component ng ating force. So, base sa ating SOHCAHTOA, so meron ilagay ko lang dito yung force, may 10 newton. So, kukunin dapat natin yung kanyang x and y component. So, yung x and y component head to tail. So, this will be your f sub y and f sub x. And meron tayong 30 degrees dito. So, paano natin makukuha yung f sub x? Because yun lang yung ating concern para makuha yung work since gumalaw lang yung ating object horizontally. So, gumamit ka lang ng SOHCAHTOA. And based sa SOHCAHTOA, kung reference angle natin is dito, so yung f sub x natin is opposite. So, therefore, ang gagamitin natin is so. Or simply, para mo kung f sub x is equal to f sine theta. So, yung f natin is 10 newtons sine 30 degrees. And ilagay lang sa calculator. So, the answer is 5 newtons. So, meron tayong 5 newtons na force horizontally and meron tayong 5 meters na displacement horizontally. So, tugma na yung ating forces. So, substitute na lang. 5 newtons multiplied by 5 meters is equal to 25 Newton meter or simply 25 joules. So of course, the same din kapag yung ating forces and displacement is vertical. Sabihin natin meron tayong crater. Tapos gumalaw siya pataas. So gawa ka lang ulit ng Cartesian plane sa pinakang initial position. Sabihin natin may force tayo dito na 3 newtons. Tapos gumalaw yung ating crater pataas 3 meters. So yung magiging work mo, since in the same axis na sila, lahat sila is vertical. So input na lang sa ating formula. And we have 9 Newton meters or simply 9 joules. So dito guys, mahalagang malaman nyo that yung ating force acting sa ating object, hindi lang palagi yung force applied. So ito. For example, meron na naman tayong crater dyan or box. Sa lupa siya. So, kanina kasi, yung ating sinosolve lang is yung mga force applied natin. For example, ito yung ating force applied. So, yan. Force applied. But, in reality, hindi lang naman yan. So, magbe-base tayo sa Newton's law kung ano yung mga forces na ilalagay natin sa ating free body diagram. Yung una, of course, yung ating weight. So, weight to. Then, of course, merong based sa ating third law of motion. Newton's third law is stating that for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. And based dito sa ating weight, meron yung opposite reaction na perpendicular force. And, syempre, kung lalagyan natin ng friction yan, if we are stating that the object has friction, so lalagyan natin yung friction opposite sa ating velocity or sa ating movement. Friction. So, meron na tayong 4 na forces. So, therefore, meron tayong 4 na work. And, malagang tandaan dito sa topic na to, ang isosolve natin palagi is yung work net. So, ibig sabihin ng work net, yung pinagsama-samang work. So, sinabi ko, meron tayong 4 na forces. Therefore, meron din tayong 4 na work. So, unahin natin to, force applied. So, yan ay work applied. Then, pangalawa to, plus the work friction. Work done by friction. Plus the work done by the perpendicular force. Or sabihin natin per na lang para mabilis. Plus the work done by gravity. So this will be your main equation sa ating work, energy, and power. And keep in mind, this is just your external forces. So for example, meron tayong crater once again. So meron tayong crater. And nag-move siya ng, sabihin natin 2 meters horizontally. So that is delta x. 3 meters, sorry. Nag-move siya ng 3 meters horizontally. And just like what I've said, gawa ka ng Cartesian plane sa ating initial position. So of course, nag-apply tayo ng force. Sabihin natin 5 newtons. And meron tayong friction force na 2 newtons. And may bigat daw yung ating crater na 10 newtons. Tapos yung kanyang perpendicular force is 10 newtons. So my question is, what is the work done? The total or the total net work done in this crater. So, gamitin lang natin yung formula. Copy ko lang to. And isolve natin isa-isa yung mga work done ng ating applied force, friction, perpendicular, at gravity. So, unahin muna natin yung work applied. So, yung work applied is 5 newtons. And meron tayong displacement na 3 meters. Since inline yan sa ating horizontal force, so therefore, we can simply substitute sa ating formula. Huwag kalimutan yung formula. Or work delta y. Okay. So, apply lang. 5 newtons papuntang kanan multiplied by the displacement na papuntang kanan. So, positive, which is 3 meters. So, your answer is 15 joules. So, next is your friction. So, tingnan natin, meron tayong 2 newtons and since papunta siyang kaliwa, that will be negative 2 newtons. Tapos tingnan natin yung displacement papuntang kanan, 3 meters, positive. And that will be negative 6 joules. Okay? So, tingnan natin tong work done by the perpendicular force. So, yung work done niya is 10 newtons. So, sulat natin. However, so ito ay in a vertical axis and tingnan natin kung merong displacement sa vertical. So meron ba? So wala. So therefore 0 yan. And we have 0. And the same goes sa ating weight na 10 newtons. Work done by gravity. So 10 newtons, pababa siya, so negative 10, multiplied by your delta y, also equal to 0. So simply substitute lang yan sa ating equation. So W net is equal to, yung work applied is 15 joules. Work done by friction is negative 6 plus negative 6 joules plus 0 and 0. So your net work is equal to 9 joules. So ganun lang guys. Okay? And keep in mind, this is your external work. So far, we are just solving work based sa force and sa ating displacement, no? And kung mapapansin nyo, since meron tayong displacement dyan, so syempre meron din tayong velocity. So ibig sabihin, how can we solve for work relating velocity? Or simply, how can we solve for the work in motion or the energy in motion, namely kinetic energy. So how can we derive? Simply, we will use yung ating work definition, force multiplied by the displacement. Also, nagamit tayo ng Newton's second law, and of course, kukuha tayo ng kinematic equations, namely yung ating third kinematic equation. Susulat muna natin yung ating work formula. Then, substitute ito dito. Magiging work multiplied. Work is equal to mass times acceleration multiplied by the displacement. And now, meron tayong term na yan, A delta x. And meron din tayo dito. So, what we can do is to isolate A delta x. Divide both side by 2. So, cancel. And you have A delta x is equal to. So, pwede nating masulat yan as this. So, hiniwalay ko lang yung ating denominator na to. And then, let's just substitute this dito sa ating term na A delta x. So, we have work, mass, quantity, A delta x, which is equal to this. And let's distribute yung ating mass. So we have kinetic energy. So nasabi itong kinetic energy because this is a energy that relates to motion. So based dito sa ating formula, yung ating change in kinetic energy, pwede natin siyang i-expand. Kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. Dito, we can define or we can create the equation for kinetic energy as simply equal to 1/2 mv squared. Mga binabox ko yung mga important equation. So after deriving the formula for kinetic energy, so nag-derive pa tayo ng another important formula, specifically the potential energy. So dito guys, gumamit tayo ng analysis, okay? So gumamit tayo ng analysis, and yung ating paggamit ng analysis is that dinefine natin muna yung definition ng conservative force and non-conservative forces. So dito, based sa ating analysis, napatunayan natin that yung mga example, yung two specific example ng conservative forces are only the following: gravity and spring. At least, yung ginagamit natin dito sa physics. Okay? And yung mga example ng non-conservative forces is yung ating friction and yung ating mga applied force. Okay? So, napatunayan natin yan based sa ating analysis ng discussion. Kaya hindi na natin yun babalikan dito. So, for now, after this analysis, nakabuo tayo ng foundational equation. Yung ating work net is equal to delta KE. So, yan yung ating, ito pa lang yan guys ha. Ito pa lang yan. And nag-apply tayo ng concept nito. So, therefore, we have stated sa discussion that the change in kinetic energy is equal to your work done by conservative forces plus the work done by non-conservative force. So this will be our base equation sa pag-derive ng ating potential energy. And since yung ating gravity is a non-conservative, since yung ating gravity is a conservative force, so we can write it as work done by gravity or simply equal to the work done by conservative force. So instead of writing W sub C here, so pwede natin siyang masulat as W sub G. And now, dito na tayo magsisimulang once again, mag-analyze. So, for example, meron tayong object. So, sabihin natin ito yung kanyang initial position. Then, sabihin natin bumaba siya because of gravity. Sabihin natin ito yung kanyang final position. Ito yung ground or lupa. So, kung nung ating kinematics, ang ginagawa natin is that andito palagi yung Cartesian plane. So, ngayon hindi na, no? Hindi na natin gagawin yon. So, keep in mind guys, ito ay para lang dito sa work, energy, and power lang. So, itong method na to is para lang dito sa work, energy, and power. So, ang ginawa dito kasi is that yung Cartesian plane is nandito sa ating ground. Na kung saan, this is your y positive, y negative, x positive, x negative. So, hindi lang to. And itong guys, yung ating Cartesian plane dyan is for your displacement. So, meron tayong y sub I from this initial position. So, yung sukat nito is a positive number. Also dito, sa ating y final is a positive number. And now, hindi lang ito yung ating Cartesian plane. Meron din tayong another Cartesian plane at this particular topic. So, itong blue Cartesian plane is para sa ating acceleration. Which is, ang location niya is nasa initial position ng ating object. And ang nangyari lang dito is that nagbaliktaran yung y. So, itong papaba naging y positive. Itong nasa taas is y negative. So, yun lang yung ating binago dito. So, ibig sabihin, kung yung ating acceleration ng gravity, syempre pababa yan. So, based dito sa Cartesian plane is magiging siyang positive. Kung yung ating force is pababa, magiging siyang positive. So, this is the Cartesian plane for your acceleration, force, and velocity. So, So ito lang yung mahalagang tandaan dito, guys. Okay? And makakapag-derive tayo ng formula which is the work done by gravity. So the work done by gravity is the force done by gravity multiplied by your displacement. Okay? So dito yung ating delta y is ito. And based sa ating Cartesian plane ng displacement, so meron tayong y initial, mas malaki yung value ng y initial, so nasa unahan siya, minus y final. Okay? So just substitute sa ating formula. Itong substitute lang sa ating delta y. So yung ating force ng gravity, positive siya kasi based sa ating new Cartesian plane, pagpababa yung ating force positive. So now let's just arrange this algebraically. Gusto ko lang nasa unahan yung y sub f natin. So itong g, guys, keep in mind, subscript lang yan Subscript, force done by gravity. Sulitan ko, baka malito kayo. Subscript lang yan. Hindi siya mismong gravity. So subscript, ibig sabihin, this is force done by gravity. And ayoko nang may negative sa unahan, so simply ilabas ko yung negative. So may invisible 1 dyan, di ba? May invisible 1, ilabas ko yan. So reverse engineering method, magiging negative f g y sub f minus y sub I. So negative, invisible 1, negative 1 multiplied by this is negative y sub f. Negative 1 times negative y sub I is equal to positive y sub I. So this is the same lang dito. And now this is your equation na gagamitin sa ating formula. Ito yung gagamitin natin dito. So copy ko lang to. So simply substitute ito dito, guys. So meron tayong negative f g y sub f minus y sub I plus this. Okay? And now, ilipat natin to sa kabila. So magiging tayong delta KE is equal, positive, naging positive na to. Force done by gravity, y sub f minus y sub I is equal to, yung natira sa kanan is the work done by conservative force. Itong force done by gravity, sorry for that. So itong force done by gravity, so i-break down natin yan. Force done by gravity is simply equal to the mass of an object multiplied by the gravitational acceleration. So ito, substitute mo dito. So once again, yung G na yan, hindi yan gravity, it is just a subscript. Ibig sabihin, this is the force done by gravity. Subscript lang yung G dyan, Baka sabihin nyo gravity na yung G dito. Kasi baka isipin nyo kung gravity yan, sir, cancel to. So hindi, kasi this is just yung G mo is subscript. Okay? And this is your potential energy. The change in kinetic energy plus the change in potential energy is equal to the work done by non-conservative forces. So yung ating change in potential energy, expand lang natin, magiging ganito. And masasabi natin that your potential energy is equal to mg delta y. Kung saan yung ating g, which is gravity, since yung ating Cartesian plane is ganito, yung ating gravity will be always positive. So next, define naman natin yung work done by spring. So syempre, magsimula tayo sa ating box once again. And meron tayong spring. So sabihin natin yung spring natin is in equilibrium position. So ibig sabihin kapag equilibrium position, wala siyang compression. So dito tayo agad gagawa ng ating Cartesian plane. So ang Cartesian plane dito normal lang. Y positive, Y negative, X positive, X negative. Okay. And now, kapag kinompress natin yung spring, sabihin natin minove natin yung box into the spring. Magiging ganito. So, nagkakaroon na siya ng compression and kung mapapansin nyo, meron na tayong displacement. So, ito, displacement niya from the original position is what you call delta x. Since papuntang kaliwa, magiging negative delta x. So, syempre, pag nag-release ng energy yung ating spring, so, babalik yan sa equilibrium position niya. Then, yung ating box gagalaw papuntang kanan, and this is your force done by spring. And nag-analyze tayo dito, sinabi natin kapag dinoble natin tong delta x, magdo-double din yung ating force. Kapag tinriple natin yung delta x, magti-triple din yung ating force. So therefore, the force done by spring is equal to the constant proportionality, which is yung ginagawa natin nung high school, delta x. This is your proportionality constant. So based on high school, this equation indicates that the force done by spring is directly proportional to the displacement. So therefore, the more the delta x, the more the force. So yun yung ating direct relationship. And dito, specifically sa spring, itong proportionality constant, so tinatawag yan, instead na proportionality constant, ang tawag dyan is spring constant. And meron siyang unit na Newton per meter. Okay? And since negative yung ating delta x, magiging negative din syempre yung ating equation dito. So dito guys, yung force natin ng spring is the average force. Okay? So ibig sabihin, dapat i-average natin yung force from the equilibrium position, yung force dito. Sabihin natin F sub O. And yung force nung na-release na siya. Okay? F sub 1. So, dito. Yung F sub 1 nandito. So, meron tayong dalawang force. So, i-average natin yan. F sub O plus F sub 1 all over 2. And i-define natin yung F sub O based sa ating formula. So, nung nasa equilibrium position pa siya, so yung ating delta x is equal to 0. So, therefore, this is equal to 0. Yung F sub 1 natin, meron na siyang value. So, therefore, so F sub 1 natin dito guys. Yan. So, sorry sa mga nalito. Lipat ko lang to dito. Okay, sorry. So, delete ko muna yan. So, dito yung F sub 1 natin. Yan, actually. So, yan yung F sub 1. And, based sa ating formula, meron siyang negative k delta x. At meron tayong value ng delta x dyan. Kaya, hindi ito magiging 0. Hindi ito magiging 0. So, therefore, i-substitute natin itong nakuha natin sa ating formula. So, our force done by spring is equal to F sub O is equal to 0 plus ito divided by 2. And makakuha tayo ng ganitong equation. After this, ilagay natin yan sa definition ng work. So, meron tayong work definition force multiplied by delta x. Okay? So, para natin makuha yung work done by spring, kailangan natin ng force done by spring delta x. Simply substitute dito. So, meron tayong delta x multiplied by delta x. So, that is delta x squared. So, your definition ng work done by spring. So, common mistake is that yung pag-define natin ng delta x. So, guys, itong delta x, i-expand natin siya. So, may dalawang way na pwede siyang i-expand. Yung isa tama, yung isa mali. So, ito yung isang way. Ito yung pangalawang way. So, ang tama dyan is ito. And ang mali is ito. So, balikan nyo na lang yung inyong algebra kung bakit ko nasabing mali ito. Okay? So, basta ito yung ating tamang equation dyan. So now, after this, i-apply natin siya sa ating concept kanina na kung saan meron tayong formula na tama. So, balikan natin. Kasama na yung ating gravity or kasama na yung ating potential energy. So, kunin natin to. So, meron pa tayong isang conservative work which is yung ating work done by spring. Okay? So, simply, we can say that the work done by spring is a conservative work. So, substitute dito. So, magiging so, don't forget yung ating subscript na C. And then after this, substitute lang dito guys. So, magiging negative 1/2 k delta x squared. And after this, ilagay natin dito. Positive. And we can say that this is your potential energy ng iyong spring. Okay? So ito, potential energy ng gravity. Ito, potential energy ng spring. So the change in kinetic energy plus the change in potential energy done by ng gravity plus your elastic potential energy is equal to the non-conservative work. So ito lang yung ating formula na kailangan nating sauluhin. Whereas yung ating elastic potential energy is equal to yung the change in elastic potential energy natin is equal to this. Okay? Yung elastic potential energy natin, i-define natin siya as equal to 1/2 k delta x squared. Whereas, yung delta x na i-substitute natin dito, since ginawa na natin siyang negative, diba ginawa natin siyang negative, so yung i-substitute natin sa mga problems, yung delta x is magiging na siyang positive. So apply tayo ng mechanical energy conservation. So ito yung mechanical energy conservation kung saan neglected yung force. No? So ibig sabihin kapag neglected yung mga force done by friction, ibig sabihin yung ating work done by non-conservative work is equal to 0. So substitute sa ating equation. Copy ko na lang. So mag-apply tayo ng conservation law. And i-expand natin kada term. So itong delta KE sub F minus KE sub I plus PE gravity sub F, or sabihin natin potential energy final minus potential energy initial, elastic potential energy final, elastic potential energy initial is equal to 0. So lahat ng negative ilagay natin sa kabila. So ang matitira dito sa left is ito, mga positive. Tapos lahat ng mga negative, ilagay lang yan sa kanan, magiging silang positive. So ito na yung ating pinakamahalagang equation for today na kailangan nyo lang tandaan. Whereas yung ating KE is equal to 1/2 mv squared. Yung ating PE is equal to the potential energy ng gravity is equal to mg delta y And yung elastic potential energy natin is equal to 1/2 K delta X squared. Okay. So, substitute nyo lang yan dito. Isa-isa. So, ito lang yung summary of our formula. So, ito lang yung kailangan nyong sauluhin sa ating topic na work, energy, and power. Let's try to solve some problems. Let's try to solve this. So, mechanic pushes 2.50 times 10 cube kg car from rest to a speed of V, doing a 5,000 joules of total work in the process. So, during this time, the car moves 25 meters. So, neglecting friction between the car and the road, find the velocity and the horizontal force exerted sa ating kotse. So, sulat muna natin yung given. So, meron tayong mass ng kotse. Then, meron siyang speed from rest. Ibig sabihin, initial velocity is equal to 0. And nag-speed up siya at a particular velocity doing a total work of 5,000 joules. So, yan yung ating network. So, during this time, the car moves 25 meters. So, delta X is equal to 25 meters. Neglecting friction between the car and the road, find the velocity and the horizontal force exerted sa ating car. So, ano yung formula ang gagamitin? So, balik tayo sa pinakang definition ng ating work. Work simply force multiplied by delta X. Okay? Tapos, pwede rin natin magamit yung ating, ito guys. So, sulat natin. So, this is your W net. And your W net is also equal to the change in kinetic energy plus the change in potential energy plus your elastic energy. Since wala tayong spring dyan guys, so cancel na agad yan, wala naman tayong spring. And since sa ating potential energy guys, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung potential energy natin. So kailangan ng change ng ating height. Kailangan niya ng change in vertical displacement. So my question is, meron bang vertical displacement sa ating kotse? So wala. So therefore, cancel na din to. So ito lang yung ating magiging formulang gagamitin. And let's try to solve. So given tayo ng W net na 5,000 joules and delta X na 25 meters, we can find agad yung ating force, no? So let's just isolate the force. Divide both sides by this. So magka-cancel to. So force is equal to W net all over delta X. W net mo is in 5,000 joules. Yung delta X mo is 25 meters. So kailangan natin gawin yung joules. Alam natin yung joules is equal to Newton meter. So cancel. Therefore, yung force exerted mo is 5,000 divided by 25 is equal to 200 newtons. So, next is yung velocity natin. So, paano? So, dito, gagamit na tayo nito. Ito yung gagamitin natin actually. W net is equal to change in kinetic energy. Since nag-cancel na yung ating ito, hindi natin kailangan isulat. So, i-break down natin to. KEF minus KEI or simply yung definition ng kinetic energy na 1/2 mv squared. So ito is equal to this, and ito is equal to this. And keep in mind, yung hinahanap natin guys is yung final velocity. So therefore, let's isolate this. And actually, pwede na natin itong makancel since yung ating initial velocity is equal to 0. Isolate na lang to by dividing both sides of the equation by 1/2 m, 1/2 m. So magka-cancel is ito. So we have 2W net mass, all over mass, sorry. And para matanggal yung ating 2, let's square root both side. So we have 2W net all over your mass. Simply substitute yung ating W net, which is equal to 5,000 joules, or simply 5,000 Newton meter. All over your mass is 2.50 times 10 cube. So just input that in your calcu. And meron kang sagot na 2 meters per second. So dimensional analysis. So kunin natin yan, Newton meter all over kg. I-breakdown natin yung Newton, gawin natin kilogram meters per second squared. Tapos multiplied by meter all over kg. So keep in mind, Newton yan ha. So kg cancel, and matitira natin is meter squared pinag-multiply all over s squared. And kung mapapansin nyo, nakalimutan natin ilagay yung square root dito pa lang. So the square root of this is equal to meters per second. So madali lang yan, basta alam mo lang kung ano yung formula ang gagamitin dito sa ating mga equation. Problem, a 0.500 kg block rests on a horizontal frictionless surface as seen in the figure. Susulat ko yung given. Then, the block is pressed back against a spring having a constant K of 625 Newton per meter. So, compressing the spring by 10 cm. So, tumingin muna kayo sa figure, ano? So, dito tayo gagawin ng Cartesian plane. So, yan. Then, ito yung initial position ng ating box. Tapos, so, andyan yung ating, ito yung kanyang equilibrium position ng ating spring, ano? Kaya dyan natin sinet yung ating Cartesian plane. So, now, andito, yung initial position, yung x sub I natin, and meron daw siyang distance 10 cm from point A. So, ibig sabihin, yan is negative 10 cm. So, yung x sub I natin is equal to negative 10 cm. So, then the block is released. So, find the maximum distance D. So, yung tinatanong is D. The block travels up the frictionless incline if yung angle is 30 degrees. So next question is, how fast is the block going when halfway to its maximum height? At so ito, halfway daw kasi sa ating maximum height. So let's try to solve. So based dito, ang gagamitin nating equation is ito. Sulat ko lang. So based sa ating given, Ano yung pwedeng mag-cancel? Syempre, yung ating equilibrium, guys, tingnan mo na kasi spring. Yung spring natin, yung magiging final position niya is yung kanyang dito. Yan, dinrawing ko na. Yan yung kanyang magiging final position. And yung kanyang displacement relative sa ating Cartesian plane is equal to 0. So yung ating x sub f is equal to 0. So this is the final position of the spring relative sa Cartesian plane. So ano pa yung pwede? So syempre nakalagay dito. Nasaan na? So 0.5 kg rest. At rest daw, ibig sabihin yung initial velocity is equal to 0. So based dito sa mga zeros natin, ang pwedeng makancel is itong x sub I, yung ating x sub f, nasaan, maganap, ito, cancel. V sub I initial, hanapin nyo yun, dito, cancel. And yun lang, for now, okay. So hanapin natin muna. So actually magka-cancel din itong ating initial y. Kasi based sa ating Cartesian plane, nagsimula yung ating initial y sa ground. And yung ating Cartesian plane is nasa, yung kanyang origin is nasa ground. Therefore, if your y initial is andito sa Cartesian plane, that is also equal to 0. So cancel. So based dito, ang matitira na lang is so ito na lang yung matitira. And based sa ating hinahanap, ang hinahanap is yung ating distance na d. And based dito, drawing muna natin to. Ito yung ating d. Tapos, ito yung h. Tapos, ito yung h divided by 2. So, dito guys, yung ating y sub f is andito. So, therefore, yan yung ating height. And gagamit tayo ng SOHCAHTOA para mahanap or para ma-relate yung distance d dito sa ating y sub f. So ito, SOHCAHTOA gagamitin natin. So yung h natin is opposite sa ating reference angle. So therefore, gagamitin natin is SO. So yung SO, meron siyang equation ng sin theta. Opposite is h. Hypotenuse mo is yung distance. Isolate lang yung h. Magiging ganito. And yung ating h guys is also equal to our y sub f. So therefore we can say that y sub f is equal to h, which is equal to d sin theta. And ito, malaga yan kasi yan yung isa-substitute natin sa ating y sub f. So d sin theta is equal to 1/2 k x sub I squared. So another isang variable na nakalimutan natin is that syempre nung sinabi sa problem, so somehow kailangan natin i-analyze. Nung dumating yan, box natin dyan, syempre babagal yan, ano? Nung umakyat yan. Nung dumating dito sa point na yan, syempre titigil yan momentarily at bababa ulit. So ibig sabihin yung final velocity dito sa maximum height na h is equal to 0. Okay? So magiging v sub f natin is equal to 0. So ang isa pang magka-cancel is ito. So, cancel na din to. Cancel na yan. So, ito lang yung ating magiging formula. Isolate natin yung D dividing both side by mg sin theta. So, your answer is D is equal to kx sub I squared. So, yung 2 nandito na. Mg sin theta. Okay? So, simply substitute yung ating mga given. So, yung K natin is 625 Newton per meter. So, ito lang. Tapos, yung X sub I is ito. All over 2 multiplied by 0.500 kg sine 30 degrees. And huwag kalimutan yung gravity mo. So sorry, nakalimutan yung gravity. So yung gravity mo is 9.81 meters per second squared. Okay. Tas sine theta. Ilagay lang yan lahat sa ating calculator and the answer is... So wait guys, kasi kailangan muna natin i-convert ito. Naka-centimeter kasi. So 10 centimeter i-multiply natin sa 1 meter all over 100 centimeter. And your answer is 0.1 meters. So cancel to, magiging meters. So magiging negative 1 meter. Negative 0.1 meters squared. So, ilagay nyo lang yan sa calc guys. And yung sagot nyo dapat is 1.2742099. Unit is meter. So, paano naging meters? Dimensional analysis. Susulat ko muna yung mga units. So, Newton per meter. Tapos, mayroong meter na naka-square. May kg. Meter. Tapos may s squared magiging sa numerator yan. Tapos breakdown natin tong Newton. 1 Newton is equal to kg meters per second squared. Okay? So this will be kg meters per second squared. So ano yung magka-cancel? kg, s squared, ito meter squared, meters. So matitira is meter. Ganun lang. So next is how fast is the block going when halfway its maximum height? So copy ko lang muna yung ating mga given. So ito. So ito yung given and ang hinahanap na guys is yung velocity sa height dito. Okay? Kanina, yung final velocity dito is equal to 0 kasi sinabi ko momentarily titigil yan. Ano? But now, hindi siya titigil. So, meron siyang particular value. And try natin munang i-analyze. So, valid pa ba to? Yung x sub f is equal to 0 na given. So, nanggaling yan guys dito. Dinrawing ko muna yung Cartesian plane. Okay? Ito yung origin. Nasa may point A. And yung ating x sub f is yun yung final position ng spring. No? So, ganyan. Yan yung equilibrium position niya. Ito yung sinusukat niya. And kung mapapansin nyo, relative sa ating horizontal displacement from the origin that is equal to 0. And itong initial position vertically y sub I, ito yan, yung ating object. Yung kanyang position vertically is nasa origin, so therefore that is still valid. So ano pa yung valid? Initial velocity is equal to 0. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung ating initial velocity ng object is at rest, therefore 0 pa din yan, valid pa din yan. So hindi na lang valid is ito. So hindi na to valid kasi andito na yung ating final velocity. So ito na yung hinahanap natin. So therefore, based dito, ang magka-cancel is ito. Ito, cancel is ito, ang cancel is okay. So ito, kanina na-cancel yan, pero ngayon yan na yung hinahanap natin. But before that, let's try to find first yung value ng h divided by 2 or h over 2. So kanina, meron tayong formula na dinerive ko d sin theta. Nanggaling sa Sokatowa kanina yan. So meron na tayong value ng d, which is ito. I-store nyo sa iyan. And simply substitute. Yung theta natin is 30 degrees. And we have a times sine 30. 0.637104949 meters. Okay? Store mo sa B. Then, since ang hinahanap natin is ito, h over 2. So simply what we can do is divide this b all over 2, and that is 0.318552497.5 liters. Store mo yan sa C. So meron tayong h over 2 na nakastore sa C. And pwede na natin gamitin tong formula natin. Okay? So let's go. So let's isolate this. So lipat to dito sa kabila, magiging 1/2 mv final squared is equal to 1/2 kx sub I squared negative mg y sub f. So now what we can do is to divide both sides by this, cancel. So we have v final squared is equal to, so ito pupunta yan sa unahan, magiging 2 multiplied by 1/2 kx sub I squared minus mg y sub f all over mass. So i-distribute lang yung 2. So magiging siyang 2 multiplied by 1/2 kx sub I squared is equal to minus 2 mg y sub f all over mass. And extract natin yan by square root both side of the equation, cancel, and we have this equation. And keep in mind, yung ating y sub f dyan is ito, which is equivalent to h divided by 2, which is equivalent to c. Okay? And simply substitute the given. Yung K natin is 625 Newton per meter. X sub I is negative 0.1 kasi convert na natin kanina into weight. So X sub I natin is negative 10 cm. Na-convert na natin yan into nawala. Yun. So, negative 0.1 meter squared. Na-convert na natin yan. Yung mass natin is 0.500 kg. Gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. Y sub F is C. Naka-meters. All over mass, 0.500 kg. The answer is 2.5 meters per second. So, dimensional analysis tayo. So, meron tayong square root first of all. So, Newton, convert na natin yan into kg, meters per second squared. Tapos, merong meter sa baba. Tapos may meter squared. Ang mangyayari is cancel. Tapos may negative. And kg meters per second squared. Tapos may meter. So, mangyari dito, magiging meter squared yung dalawa. Tapos, may kg sa pinaka-denominator. So, mag-cancel ito. Tapos, ang matira is meters squared per second squared. Naka-square root, so cancel. Ang matitira is meters per second. So, ito yung velocity ng ating object dito. So, for our next topic is power naman. So, madali lang yung power definition niya is the rate of change of your work. So, simply power in mathematical representation niya is power is equal to work all over the change in time. So, also equal to, work is also equal to force times displacement all over delta time. And this is your definition ng velocity. So, ito lang yung ating formula sa power. Of course, kailangan nyo din masaulo yung ating conversion factor. 1 HP is equal to 500 foot-pounds per second. And also equal to 746 watts. So, yung watts natin, 1 watt is equal to 1 joules per second. So, ito yung mga conversion factors and formula na kailangan yung masaulo sa ating power. So, problem tayo for power. So, a skier of mass 70 kg, sulat ko lang, is pulled up a slope by a motor-driven cable. So, how much work is required? So, ibig sabihin, yung ating pinakang work net to pull him 60 meters up at 30 degrees slope. Meters yung kanyang distance at 30 degrees slope. So, drawing muna tayo ng ating free body diagram. So, meron daw ganyan. Slope is 30 degrees. And ano yung minimeasure ng ating 60 meters? So minimeasure niyan is ito. Andito yung ating skier. So meron daw siyang, sabihin natin ito siya. Tapos may rope dito. Ang measure ng rope is 60 meters. And the question is, how much work is required to pull him up? And merong speed na 2 meters per second. So constant speed, ibig sabihin yung initial mo and final is the same. So paano natin makukuha yung work and yung power? So paano natin mahanap yan? So ang gagamitin natin dyan is pili lang kayo. Alin dito sa dalawa. Okay? So ang pipiliin nyo dapat is yung una kasi meron tayong work net dito. So copy ko lang. So ito yung napili kasi yung hinahanap natin is work net. And now let's analyze. So constant yung speed. Since constant yung speed, wala tayong change in kinetic energy. Tama? Kasi di nagbago yung ating velocity. So therefore, magka-cancel yan. Then yung ating potential energy is magbabago since yung ating height, magkakaroon ng height yan. And wala naman tayong spring guys. So therefore, wala tayong elastic potential energy. So we have W net is equal to change in potential energy. Nag-cancel to kasi constant yung ating speed. So now after this, let's expand this equation. And yung kanyang initial position, sabihin natin andito tayo, no? Isa to, ito yung initial position niya and dyan tayo gagawa ng ating free body diagram. Okay. And based sa ating based sa ating Cartesian plane, ating origin, yung kanyang y sub I, kung mapapansin nyo is, yung initial position niya is nasa origin, therefore your y sub I is equal to 0. So magka-cancel na yan. And you will have W net is equal to mg y sub f. Ano yung y sub f guys? So yung y sub f natin is ito. So kasi ito yung kanya magiging final position. So meron ba tayong given na y sub f? So the answer is wala kasi ang given na 60 meters, yan yung ating hypotenuse. And kung ito yung ating reference angle, yung ating y sub f is the opposite. So therefore, so katuwa na naman. Since ito yung opposite, gagamitin nyo is so sin theta is equal to the opposite y sub f all over 60 meters, which is yung ating hypotenuse. Simply isolate y sub f. You have 60 meters sin theta. Ano yung value ng theta? 30 degrees. So ilagay lang yan sa calcu. So the answer is 30 meters. So meron na tayong value na 30 meters na y sub f. So simply substitute yung mass natin is 70 kilograms. Yung ating gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. Yung ating y sub f is 30 meters. Just input that sa calcu once again. And you have a network of 20,601. What is the unit? So, joules. So, paano ko nalamang joules? dimensional analysis once again. So kg, meters per second squared, that is Newton. Multiplied by meter, so this is equal to joules. So the next question is, ano naman yung power natin, guys? So yung power natin based sa formula is ito. So kailangan nyo masaulo yan. So lagay ko lang lahat. So sorry, ito ay FP dapat. Okay. So based sa given, ano yung kailangan nating, or ano yung pwede nating magamit na formula. So meron tayong 2 meters per second na velocity. So therefore, ang gagamitin muna natin for now is yung main definition ng work, force multiplied by displacement. Okay? Since yung ating force, guys, tandaan, yung ating force dito is yung ating rope na pataas. Ito yung kanyang force. Paganyan, yung kanyang direction ng force. So therefore, dapat, in order for work to be done, dapat yung kanyang displacement or yung displacement na gagamitin nyo is paganyan din yung direction. So therefore, instead of using y sub f as your direction, kasi vertical yan, ang gagamitin nyo na is yung inyong 60 meters. Bakit? Ulitin ko. Force mo, ganyan yung direction, dapat in line sa ating displacement. So, isolate natin muna yung force. At meron tayong work done na 20,601 joules all over displacement na 60 meters. 60 meters, okay. So, the answer is so 343.35. Ano yung kanyang magiging units? So meron tayong joules dito. Joules is Newton multiplied by meter divided by meter, cancel, naging Newton. So after nating makuha to, kailangan kasi to, kasi guys, para isa-substitute natin dito. Meron tayong power is equal to force times velocity. Yung ating force is and yung ating velocity is given. So 2 meters per second. And your answer is (686.7 Newton meters per second), or simply that is, or watts. That is how you solve this type of problems.